Welcome everyone to the Storm European Tournament. I am Cerebius,
and I am not the boss.
And we are your commentators for. I just about said castrators. Isn't that terrible?
That's not good.
No, that's not good. We are your commentators for the European stream today. Glad that you joined us, and looking forward to having you here. Our first match is B4D versus MHSXX. And as you can see right now, the room has not been created. And we're trying to figure out where they are. Where they are. In the meantime, I guess you get to listen to us.
Shouldn't be leaving the NyQuil out. I think we need to wake these players up. Shouldn't be leaving the NyQuil out. I think we need to wake these players up.
So the first map is pipelines. It should be an interesting match as we play this. The rules, I believe, are Tier 7 tanks. Tier 6. They are Tier 6 tanks, 7 versus 7. And it is everyone versus anything. You can bring any tank you want to the battle. That's all the premium tanks to the battle. All the premium tanks, standard tanks, all of the whatever tanks. There are no limitations other than it cannot exceed Tier 6. So should be really interesting. Should be really exciting. Having played this map a couple times, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking because we've got the wide open space, it's going to be really nice for maybe some long range shots. So definitely be looking for that.
Yeah, we do. Actually, we see that at the Echo 5. That hill has been critical on many battles as it has shots into just about everywhere. And it kind of controls the whole map. And we see big light tank battle there.
Absolutely. So we'll definitely see a rush for that hill for taking that over.
And all these are in counter mode. So the cap circle is going to be in the middle, and I believe on this one it is near Echo 5. So we should see a lot of the teams going there as they try to do this. This will be interesting because while we've been covering the leagues in North America, we have not covered any of the tournaments in Europe until today.
Definitely exciting to try those out. Yeah, definitely exciting.
It'll be interesting to see what the meta is. It'll be interesting to see how they play, what they think is important, and I'm actually really excited about it. And I'm actually really excited about seeing how that comes about. So, given that, we have seen some rushes coming from the north into the refinery, which regretfully is cut off today on our map. But in the refinery is where most of the heavy main battle tanks go to fight and play. They're at Echo 9. There in Foxtrot 9 area. It's got that little bit of a hill. There's a lot of cover. It's a tight lane. And in the random matches, that's where the main battle tanks go. In the random matches, the light tanks and the tank destroyers end up on the 1-2 line, battling it out. In those hills and valleys there. There are some that go to the middle, the 5-6 line, but in doing that, they tend to get shot easily. And when I go there personally, I tend to die really fast. For reasons I don't know, but whenever I go down that middle, I try to get to Echo 5 and control that hill, I end up being devastated really fast. It's not pretty.
Absolutely, and when we see a rush heading towards this area, we'll definitely see quite a few players drop if there's a rush towards the refinery.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah. So, thoughts on tanks. We're talking Tier 6 tanks. We're talking premium. They allowed the exclusive Tier 6 tanks to come. So that means we can see the Terminator, which is an exclusive tank. If you didn't get in early, you didn't buy the big package, you didn't get the tank. You think we're going to see that in play?
You know, it'd definitely be a great tank to have in this type of match. So I think we may see one or two. Absolutely. It would be interesting to see.
I mean, it's got the machine guns. It's got the missiles. It's got really good armor. It's got the missiles. But in the beginning, when they first released it, it was an OP tank. Since then, they've kind of adjusted a little bit. Not quite as OP. Will be interesting to see. What tank do you think is going to be the main battle tank that they're going to bring to the battle?
You know, I'm not sure. It's going to be a tough one to see, especially with, like I mentioned earlier, the wide open spaces. Something with nice long range is going to be ideal here for me if I were playing. going to be ideal here for me.
You know what? I'm going to have to agree with you there. I'm going to have to agree with you. The Tier 6 tanks, there's a lot of them. The Tier 6 tanks, there's a lot of them. A big choice there, and there's really good choices for main battle tanks there.
Absolutely.
That you can play.
Absolutely.
And, the MBT-70 is a really good tank. The MBT-70 XM1 is a really good tank. XM1 is a really good tank. Both of those are really good. The Russian tank, which are really good. Reasons I can't explain right now, I'm drawing a blank on what that is. That's a really good tank. And that's a really good tank. Should be really interesting to see. Do we have a match yet? Do we have a match yet? Okay. So we're still trying to figure out exactly where our match is. Okay. And that changed. It looks like we're covering B4D. And that changed. It looks like we're covering B4D2 and NFHUN. Get in there. And hopefully we haven't missed the first match. And hopefully, as you can see, there's the setup and what everybody's doing.
Absolutely. We want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. We've got Armored Warfare Leagues. You can check them out at www.armoredwarfareleagues.com. Also, Armored Warfare Tactics at en.awtactics.tk. And of course, you can check us out at youtube.com/GorlonsArmy. Check out some of our recent streams and video with tank reviews. Looks like we're just about set up here. Just waiting on a couple things.
Okay, and it looks like we're having some sound issues, We missed the match. So we'll get that next one, and we'll just figure it out. Oh, okay. Maybe we didn't miss it. Oh, okay. No, we missed it. They launched it. Or if they haven't, they didn't send us.
Thanks everyone for bearing with us here while we work out a couple of technical difficulties with the matches and sound. The chat is live, right? Okay. And you can always head on over to the chat, share some thoughts. What tanks do you guys think would be great for this map here? What do you think would be beneficial for these players? All right.
We're getting I'm really getting pissed with this sound system. We won't know for 5 minutes if that worked. So we're going to carry on like it did. Mark. 5 minutes. Set a timer. I don't know how you keep track of it. 10:14. I want to hear if the sound changes.
We're going.
Okay, you need to let Brinley know if that sound changes or not. We're loading in. Okay, cut us over. All right, looks like we did get into the match. We didn't miss that. All sorts of confusion going on this morning. That's Murphy's Law. If something can go wrong, it will go wrong.
Yep,
and it
absolutely.
has gone wrong, and here we are going wrong. So we have B4D in blue, and we have NFHUN in red. And it looks like a lot of Leo 2AV
Yes,
ISIS.
absolutely. Quite a few of those.
Yeah, as FHUN is bringing massive numbers of Leo 2AVs. That is a main battle tank group right there with just a VBL for scouting. One tank scouting. I thought this was supposed to be encounter. I don't see where the. Okay, so with just the one tank scouting, then it's going to be difficult to see. Yeah, they're supposed to be set up as encounter. They set it up as standard by accident. So lots of fun as everybody, including us, is trying to figure this out. It looks like they're going to restart the match there as they try to work out the issues that they're having with the
Yep, and as discussed before, we have a cap of Tier 6, and it looks like everybody except for one person has hit that cap of Tier 6. One person choosing to go with the
Eric 90, which is a good tank. The Eric 90's got a fast gun. It's lightweight. Yeah, and well, we've got one kill. I think they're going to call. Yeah, they're just drowning each other. Right, they're just drowning out right now, so they can reset the match because it was supposed to be encounter, and there you go. So they're going to reset that to encounter versus standard. It should start up right away. The Leo 2AV is a great tank. I personally enjoy playing that tank. It's got an amazing turret right in front, very difficult to hit. And as we saw, everybody's bringing one.
Absolutely.
Or most everybody is bringing one. So it looks fun. I'm excited to see the battle.
Absolutely. Everybody's bringing the tank to the tank fight.
Yeah. I didn't see anybody show up with their pickup.
No, unfortunately.
Garage. Yeah. Okay. And we apologize for our garage overlay. That's a 0.15 issue. 0.15 changed the way the screen set up. Regretfully, we haven't had the time to repair that since then, so things are just a little cut off. The top player for each team is hidden, and it's a little difficult that way. So we apologize for that. We'll have that fixed for the next one, but that is where the issue lies right now. That said, it looks like nobody's changing their tanks. The T-72A, that's the Russian tank, good tank. Be interesting to see how that plays out. And they've changed up. B4D really changed up what they're bringing, as they now have the MBT-70 and the VFM-5, which they didn't have. I don't think they had those before.
No, I did not see one before. And if you look, they lost a couple of those Leos as well. Looks like they're trying to get something to counter the other team.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to bring in something a little faster, a little lighter, and maybe planning a flanking attack. Should be interesting to see as these two go at it here, and should be fun. Should be very fun. And I'm running out of things to say because, well, we've had to stall for so long.
We are good at stalling, though. We are
good at stalling and saying the wrong things and all that type of stuff.
Absolutely.
So, it's very interesting here. We should have, hopefully our sound has been worked out by now, and you're now hearing that sound being worked out, because we did have a little bit of an echo there at the beginning, but we've hopefully resolved it.
So one thing that you're not seeing right now on the screen is there's a bit of a chat between the two teams, just regarding a couple of clarifications as far as the rules. So we should be starting up here real quick.
Great, and we're looking forward to that. That's the team speak talking. And I think they've clarified things now, and they've started their countdown for the match. So there we go. We're loading in now, and should look good as we get rid of our garage overlay, perhaps. There it is. Much better. Can we do anything well? Really? I mean,
I think that's our charm.
Is that our charm?
It's
yes.
the pity.
The pity. Yeah.
People feel bad for us. So.
People subscribe because they just hope we'll keep getting better. And the reality is it's not working. But go ahead and subscribe anyways. So while we're waiting for this to get started, we've already talked about all the tanks. We do see a plethora of Leo 2AVs on both sides. It looks exciting.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about our team here. Gorlan's army is not just me and not the Cerebius and not the boss. There's a whole group of people. We have in the background running camera number 1, Luna Knight. She is our primary camera operator, and we absolutely love her. She's amazing. She does a great job of bringing you some action. We have running our booth. Everything that you see and hear is being controlled by the amazing Grinley, who makes just everything happen. If you're in the chat and you're talking with our moderator, that is Bullets, and he does a wonderful job there. Later on, you'll have a chance to hear some ads from Billy Bob, and those are all done by Tank Blaster, who is also Billy Bob's voice, and he's a member of our team. And finally, camera number 2, which is absent right now. He had an engagement coming into this, so he's a little late. He'll show up here shortly, is Care Bear. and he does a great job for us there. So we got both teams going, and it looks like we have B4D in blue. They spawned on the south. They're going into the town, and NFHUN is heading to the
refinery area.
Now that Eric did get to that Echo 5 position,
and he is holding out
early. We should mention there are minor errors with the mini map. Tanks will show as if they are still live when they are not. So be aware of that. If a tank looks like it is live in an action on the mini map, please double check the teams on the top, because it may not be live in an action. So it looks like B4D has figured out where NFHUN is. I'm not sure if NFHUN knows where B4D is, but the battle is about to be on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that looks like that the VBL up on top may have done some spotting for him. Yeah, because they're now turning to engage each other across the river. Should be interesting, and seeing how this controls. Quite honestly, I have never seen this map played this way, where both teams are shooting at each other from across the river. But an interesting approach, and I like it.
Absolutely, and we're seeing something very interesting as well. We've got both teams somewhat grouped close together, holding nice and tight.
Oh, and there goes Saint Zero on. The first kill of the day is done, and I was just about ready to comment that he was in a precarious position, but apparently he was very precarious as he's down. Yes. So B4D goes up a tank, and that's really helpful. When you have that extra tank, that's just one more tank to focus fire on.
Absolutely. So we're still seeing them hold close together. We do see this one Leo heading over here towards the refinery, possibly trying to flank on the other side. Oh,
he might be trying. He might be. Nope. Oh, he did not make it. No,
did he make it through?
He didn't die. He did not die. No, the mini map is doing its thing, and that's okay. We're getting there. So I think that Leo 2AV might be trying to get that Eric.
Okay.
Because if they can take that scout out, then they've got no eyes. And right now, I would say that's in NFHUN's biggest challenge right now is they don't have eyes.
Absolutely.
On B4D, where B4D has eyes on them quite handily. So that could be what he's trying to do. It's hard to say. It's a difficult maneuver for him because he has to cross that open area to get to where that Eric is. The Eric playing very well, popping up, popping down, doing what he needs to do. And they're both exchanging bullets, but we see a lot of damage happening to NFHUN and hardly any damage happening to B4D.
Very little damage over on B4D, absolutely.
Just so you know at home, if you're watching, there is a little health bar underneath each tank. It is the color of their team. So red and blue, you see that. And that indicates the health of each tank. So if you look at that really quickly, you can tell who's getting hit and who's not. And you can see very quickly that NFHUN is down on the health and having a difficult time. But both teams willing to kind of just stare at each other here, do some spotting, but not really take each other out.
Absolutely. So we still see the tight group over here for NFHUN, and it seems to be working for them somewhat. We haven't seen them lose any more tanks, but health is still going down slowly but surely.
Yeah, those pot shots are going across there, and they're hitting them.
Absolutely.
And I still think that's the scouting because of the Eric. Now we got the VFM on the north. Looks like he's trying to get engaged, and he's engaging a couple of their tanks as he tries to get flanking shots on their position. And look at that. That is a great move right there. Staying low and hiding, but being able to perhaps get some flanking shots on the opponent. Really good move there. Should open up the eyes of his team really bit and give them some better sight as he does that scouting.
And we see this Eric 90 moving from his spot on Echo 5, heading down the map. So
yeah. So it's interesting tactic there. I wonder if the VFM is now doing the spotting for them and they can relocate that Eric, or if he's just trying to get flanking shots as well.
I think
that Eric is now right in front of everybody. What a precarious position. There's some terrain there that keeps him protected, but boy, if they pop over that hill, they could really clean him out. That is a gutsy move. Look at that. He's now playing that hill.
Right into them.
Yeah, he's just right in there. He's now going to start getting proximity spots. Given the location of him, he's going to get proximity spots on him as that 50 meters comes into play as to where he is. But he's now moving south. It looks like he might be going after the Leo to the south here.
Absolutely. He's hitting quite quick, so he definitely has something in mind here. It's interesting to see what's going to play out.
or he's just trying to spot it all as he just uses proximity spotting to locate everybody. Shots fired there. Doesn't look like anything really serious
Didn't
happening.
see any damage, no.
So we've got 4 minutes left in the match. Health-wise, B4D is in great shape. And the spotting-wise, they're in great shape as they've got that tank right there just totally owning the spot position. That is a bold move.
Maybe taunting them, trying to get them to come over that hill so the rest of his team can just take those shots.
That could be. That could be.
And
but
we see some movement from NFHUN, so that very well could be what's happening.
Yeah, and now they've got their Eric into position. It looks like he can cover some of those flanking shots. Oh,
another one down.
Another one down. So NFHUN just not quite having an answer right now for B4D as they just kind of pick them off one tank at a time, using the proximity spotting to keep them in check, but not really engaging them except for one at a time as they go for outliers.
Absolutely, and we do see some more movement over here on the mini-map. We see NFHUN kind of heading towards the refinery somewhat, so looks like B4D is definitely getting some movement out of them.
Yeah, definitely getting some movement out of them. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. Again, he gets that spotting position up. Now they've got the Eric behind him. Oh my goodness, this is dangerous for NFHUN. They are now totally surrounded as they've got the Eric behind them and they've turned their turrets. I'm surprised that B4D is not charged with the Leos and trying to do something to take advantage of this Eric.
Got a bit of a standoff here with the Eric as well.
Yeah, an amazing position.
He is running.
I would run too. That Eric's armor against a Leo 2AV, not good.
No, and we see that right now in his health dropping quickly.
Yeah, he's just a few shots, and that has him. But I'm surprised that we haven't seen the B4D guys coming in behind and taking advantage of the fact that all of NFHUN's turrets turn toward that Eric. Oh, and there he goes. And
first loss by B4D right now.
Yeah, the first loss by B4D. But a very strategic loss is now all the B4D tanks are up on the hill. So for NFHUN to engage, there they go. Looks like they're moving forward now as the VFM, is trying to engage and create some more havoc. But they've definitely got them spread out. Definitely have them looking in different directions, trying to see what they can do, and really unable to have an answer for what B4D is doing. 1:38 going on this match. It could play to a draw at this point.
That very well could. We still see Notorious on B4D's side, somewhat taunting that the tank's getting some spotting going on. Maybe just hoping to draw them out of their hiding holes.
Hopefully. Well, we got some shots fired again, but nobody's going down yet. As now B4D is engaged heavily, and they're now pushing very, very hard against the other team. And it looks like they're coming against that south flank, which is a great decision on their part as they bring them into a narrow point where what you can't see behind Notorious there is wide open and allows them to shoot. Whereas on the NFHUN side, it's very narrow and difficult for them to move through. So engagement beginning to happen on the other side. Dame damage going everywhere as BFHUN or B4D taking damage on many sides now.
Absolutely.
As NFHUN,
they're circling in. They're moving in right now.
Yeah, I'm going to call them in fun.
In fun. I like it.
I hope I'm not slaughtering that, you guys. I apologize, but as a commentator, it's really difficult to get that mouthful of letters of consonants out there. So I'm going to call you in fun for the time being. Oh,
another loss by B4D.
That is a huge loss for B4D. That VFM was their primary spotter. They have just lost eyes on practically everything. That guy was doing some serious work for them. Oh, and they're in the cap circle now, but only 8 seconds left. It's not going to be enough. I'm afraid this one will play for a draw. Now, the rules are they need to play until there is a definitive winner. So if we get 3 draws, they're going to play a 4th match.
Okay, absolutely.
And then the winner of that 4th match is it. So it's a best-of-3 series normally, but the winner of the 4th match will be the one that's there, and that's what we're going to have. So congratulations to both teams. Well played, playing to a draw. And
very well. We saw some advantages on both teams as we went through the match.
Yeah, as we went through the match. So that was absolutely wonderful.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You getting heated with all those little tanks come in, steal your shot? Moving so fast like gnats at a picnic? Ooh-wee, I got just the thing for you. Pests be gone. One spray of this, they'll fall over in their tracks. Pests be gone. No more snapping on your snacks. Till they pick themselves back up. Woo, doggy! Billy Bob Surplus Tanks. Does your fox have traction issues? Does it spin as fast as the wheels? Come to Billy Bob's. We have in stock right now the all-new Fox Slips. These bad boys are as smooth as a baby's butts, guaranteed to apply the maximum amount of rubber to the road, mud, snow, grass, whatever. You will spin to win. Your battalion will call you slick. Log on now and get yours today. Delivery only guaranteed on Pluto, and all others must wait. Woo, doggy! Billy Bob Surplus Tanks. You tired of all those tanks from Zang? Don't like the way they sneak in and blow you up? Billy Bob's, we have all your bolt-on armor. Prices may vary. Not available in any countries, nations, on or off this floor planet. Woo, doggy! Billy Bob here. I'd just like to thank those guys over at Gorlon's Armory and Armored Warfare for making it so easy to hijack their signal. Sell my wares. Just like my grandpappy Zhang used to say, son, if you can't marry a wolf, buy a shishkin. And if that's too much, call Billy Bob's for all your tank needs. Billy Bob, Tank Supplies. All shipping handled through Pluto Express. Wait times vary from never to not going to get it.
The BMD-1 Tier 4 Soviet Armored Fighting Vehicle, which is currently the leading choice of AFV for the battalions and PMCs taking part in the Armored Warfare Soldier of Fortune League. The BMD-1 is equipped with 2 weapons.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You like the Striker missile boat? So do I. You tired of always running out of ammo? Me too. Well, I gone and done it again. The Striker missile boat piggyback. You tow it behind you when you need more ammo, get out and reload. Then the Striker missile boat piggyback. It carries all those little extras you need and want. It carries the load till you explode. Trailer will explode when hit, so will you. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob Surplus Tanks. We got all the things you need so you can quit losing. You tired of being turned into a rubble of heap? Come on down to Billy Bob's. We got more armor. You like armor? We like guns. We'll sell them both. Bolt-on accessories included.
Welcome back to B4D versus Infun. It's NFHUN. I struggle to say that. So
I do as well.
We're just going to call them Infun, and I hope we're really not being offensive. And if we are, guys, extreme apologies there. So the last match played to a draw. We don't see the teams changing their tanks. I would have thought we'd see a tank change.
Yeah, definitely. I thought we'd see something, but you know what it's looking like is those Leos are definitely playing to both teams' advantage. So I think they're sticking with that and trying to see how it's going to play out.
And we need to lose the overlay there. Thank you. Grinley has many responsibilities, so be forgiving of a few faux pas there.
All right. We are just about live here, waiting for a couple more players to join into the match.
Okay, I would have thought they would have switched sides and colors, but they didn't. So B4D is still in blue and spawning on the south. Infun is still in red and spawning on the north. I'm assuming they didn't switch because there was no victory, but I don't know for sure as I wasn't watching their chat, quite honestly.
It looks like they're just trying to stick with exactly how it was, keep things even.
Yeah, so this should be really interesting to see how they play this out again, or if it plays to a draw.
And we see some movement here.
Yeah, both teams are off. Now, it'll be interesting if we see that Eric go for the Echo 5 hill again.
It definitely played out too.
And it looks like he is. He looks like he's aiming straight for that Echo 5. He is
running for it.
Yeah, and that's great. The bigger question is will... Infun looks like they're trying to take the same position again.
And they're still holding very close to their group as well. So we'll see.
So it looks like both teams have decided to hold the same tactics.
We may see a repeat of last time.
We might. It's hard to say. I mean, both teams, they took positions on opposite sides of the river there and just shot at each other. There it is. The Eric is now in position. He can start spotting those guys here and seeing what's going on. And he'll soon have intel for his team.
I think a big factor in this is also going to be whether or not he starts with a shot while he's up on that hill.
You know, what's interesting is normally in the North America server, we see these matches play out north-south. So you'll see people play the 6-7 line or the 8-9 line or the 1-2 line. But here, you see the teams playing out more east-west.
Absolutely.
Or at least in this set of matches. These two are playing an east-west match more than a north-south match.
And we see some shots coming off here. Some damage being hit to B4D right now.
Yeah, so B4D taking damage early is that Eric didn't quite get out of the way of their VBL. That VBL machine gun is a nasty little gun.
It is.
It's fast. It's it's really good. Those VBLs, I know when I run into them, they're a pain in the butt. A real pain in the butt.
It's a very, very quick tank. Also moves with a lot of agility.
Yeah,
so you got
lots of agility.
Quick shot.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you're just saying you got a quick shot, but what he doesn't have in health, like I said, he makes up for in the agility and the fast shooting.
Yeah,
We're seeing some damage over here on
it looks like
one side.
Yep, it looks like Norby 77 is taking some damage in the Leo there. And we do have Care Bear with us now, so you should see a little more perspective on the match as we have both of our camera operators working, and always that helps us present a much better match to you. So again, we see the standoff. Both teams taking up basically the same positions as before. Interestingly enough, though, B4D did leave a Leo to a V South. Oh, he's disconnected. It looks like they have one of their teammates is disconnected. Intercept.
And we're also seeing a Leo on the Infun side taking a really, really northern approach. He's up here in A6 and just holding out.
Yeah, so with that, they're effectively a tank down, but I don't see Infun kind of pushing that advantage. I would have expected them to kind of take advantage of the fact that they're tank up. And it looks like B4D is moving. That VFM5 now is moving in much faster than he did before. Again, trying to wreak some havoc for him. And it looks like several tanks now for Infun have taken damage and could be in trouble, whereas B4D's health remains fairly good, but they do have tanks taking damage.
We see that VBL moving in, kind of circling the Eric 90.
Yeah, so always interesting when we get this. Oh,
here we go.
The VFM could be in very well played, getting into the cap circle to neutralize that early. Oh, that is going to hurt. As that VBL goes down, that is their only scout. That is really going to hurt Infun in trying to move this forward. Great play there
Absolutely.
by B4D to take that on.
And effectively right now we do have 6 tanks on both sides because, as mentioned before, we've got one that disconnected.
Yeah, one of the players for B4D did disconnect and hasn't gotten back in, sadly. Hopefully he can make it back in and contribute to his team. We'll see what happens there.
A little bit of a standoff right here between B4D and Infun.
Yeah, that VFM, though, isn't going to hold up very well.
He is
not. To that Leo.
1/4 the health right now, so he's playing the right decision and turning around.
Oh, it looks like he's trying to pop a shot off there as those tanks get into the open. Oh,
he's getting surrounded right now.
B4D is making a huge push. Look at them pushing there in the north.
They are.
As they're trying to push in and perhaps create some difficulties for
Got some shots
Infun.
fired as well. Looks like took some good damage over here on the Infun side.
Yeah. So, yeah, but he's playing that rock incredibly well.
He is.
He's playing both sides of it, handling it well.
Waiting for the reload time and then just popping out, taking a shot, and moving back in.
And, that VFM does reload substantially faster than those
And he's got
Leos.
some backup right now, as we can see.
Yeah, and he got some support, so the Leo bugged out. But it looks like they might be pushing him into that Eric 90, which has a great sniping position up there and can really do some damage to that Leo if he gets eyes on him.
Absolutely. Just now approaching the 4-minute mark for the match, so we're right at neck and neck, so we'll see how this is going to work out.
Yeah, we will see how that works out. And very interesting. The MBT 70 is engaging, or it looks like he might be engaging with some Leos down there, but not necessarily seeing that fight.
See some shots fired here from B4D heading down.
Yeah.
A little bit of damage going.
And the VFA, that is not a pretty knife fight right there.
Oh.
And Yeah, he pays the price for that one. He did not stand a prayer against that Leo 2A5. There was no way that VFM was going to do it.
Lost two at one time.
Yeah, they've lost 2 tanks. The MPT-70 is down and the VFM is down, and now they are effectively down 2 tanks. This is a precarious position. In the North American servers, when you see a team go down 2 tanks, it is very difficult for them to come back. Now they can play for the stall and go for the draw again.
We see B4D moving in again, hoping for some good results there.
Yeah, I would think that if I were Infun, I would want to push my advantage. I'm 2 tanks up right now. I've got one shot tank, 2 one-shot tanks, so that's a little bit dangerous for me. Whereas B4D,
another one down.
So now they have a 3 tank advantage for Infun, and it looks and another one goes down. This is not looking good for B4D.
Definitely not looking good for
Infun
B4D.
is pushed. The disconnected tank is really hurting them right now.
We see a lot of standoffs right now between the two. Okay, we see Infun just lost 1, but still working together here.
Yeah, and there goes.
Okay, we're down to 1 tank with 1 observer.
Yeah, 1 tank and one
disconnected
tank, which won't take them long to go find him and shut that down. As a matter of fact, they'd probably comment in chat as to where he is.
Of course.
To
just end the match.
To end the match, yeah. So you effectively have 4-on-1 right now. Not a lot of hope for B4D on this. Possible. Anything is possible. I mean, we've always seen the epic carries. Those can happen. But when you have both teams on comms talking to each other, epic carries are really hard because
Absolutely.
epic carries typically happen because you take on 1 tank at a time.
You need to separate them from their group, and it looks like we've got Infun staying pretty close together right now, so that might not work to his advantage.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what Infun's trying to do. Maybe trying to cap out, but that's a long cap counter. And they do have to find that VFM5 or the Eric 90, which he's playing very well to play for the draw. He's hiding, kind of just making sure that they're not spotting him, trying to get in some pot shots where he can. Looks like he's got some shots there that he might be able to take. And
we see some Leos moving around from Infun's side, possibly looking for that hidden Eric. Oh,
and he's down.
Here we go.
Now they just got to find the one and only tank that's sitting out there at Indigo 2. If they find him, which they very easily could, again, I'm expecting something in chat to happen that says this is where he is. They don't have enough time to cap out, but it looks like they're pulling in towards the cap circle.
They are.
Maybe they're trying to put all 3 tanks in. I don't think they can make it even with all 3 tanks. I don't think they're going to get that cap timer to go down fast enough to make that work.
Absolutely not. It's going to. Looks like the match is going to play out.
And it looks like it'll play to a draw again. So the tank that didn't load in actually helping out his team.
Absolutely.
As they try to cap out because they don't know where he is.
Interesting tactic here. We don't see much movement from Infun looking for the other tank either.
No,
they're
it
just
looks
holding
like
out.
They're going for a cap circle push, but it looks like it's going to be too much.
That is not.
Too late. I just don't see them making up the missing 20 seconds.
No, absolutely not. And we're just now approaching the 10-second mark, so definitely not going to make it for the cap circle.
No, and with 10 seconds, they're not going to make it at the other side. And Infun is calling a draw. In the chat, They just called for a draw again. And
we see 2 draws in a row.
2 draws in a row. I guess that tank for B4D playing in to help him.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Is the Artie too much for you? Tired of constantly getting raining shells and missiles? Wish it would just stop? I got it. The Artie umbrella, just in time. Only 1,999 credits. Pop this baby up. Let it rain, because it's the only thing it's gonna stop. Keeps you dry, but your tank's still smoking. Billy Bob's. You don't want it, but we got it. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Just wanted you all to know we're filling up the tanks and getting ready to roll out with a new line to solve all your problems and mine. Man, they say my Grandpappy Zhang was third world. Wait till you see these. Light tanks with heavy guns, heavy tanks with light guns. How about a solid tank with a super gun? Special one-shot kill capabilities. Super scope so you can find all your enemies and friends on the field. Armor so strong, 20 tanks can't stop it. Sounds great? right? You like it, I like it, let's make a deal. Billy Bob's, your new tank supplier. Tank's never going to be built or supplied. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's surplus tanks. Want to live the American dream? Have the power of the M1A2 at your fingertips? Is Wolfie just too much to deal with? Come to Billy Bob's. We just acquired a gaggle of the all-new M1B4. These new premium American tanks are fresh from our warehouses. Drive the power, intimidate your friends. Be the man or woman as appropriate. This is all yours for one low price of 19.9 million credits. But wait, there's more. Including this deal is a complete list of all the parts you will need. Still not enough? I will include at no additional charge a complete list of the tools you will need to assemble it. Log in now. Purchase yours today. All parts, tools, and labor must be supplied by you.
And welcome back, everyone. Do you know what we have today? Not the boss?
We've got a wonderful raffle today, Sergius.
We have free stuff.
I love free stuff.
Yeah, and not only do we have free stuff, but we got some exclusive free stuff. Not necessarily exclusive to Gorlon's Army, but exclusive in that the only way to get these tanks is to win it.
Excellent.
And that is the Chieftain Mark 6 Leader.
And they're having to pay how much to get these?
You can't.
You can't.
You
Excellent.
cannot buy the Chieftain Mark 6 Leader at all.
Excellent.
So, in our chat, both on Twitch and YouTube, there should be links to the raffles. Follow the link, and when you follow the link, then sign up. Some caveats to pay attention to. You may only enter each raffle twice, because we also have a raffle for the WZ-1224, which is the premium Chinese tank.
Awesome tank to have in your
now
collection.
You can buy that one for gold if you want to, or you can win it from us.
Excellent.
But you go to our raffle. The links are in the chat. You can enter once for the Mark 6. You can enter once for the WZ-1224. Please make sure you put in your in-game name. That's really critical, please. And the server you primarily play on. So whether you play on the North American server primarily, or the European server primarily, or the Russian server primarily, either one of those is fine. Just make sure you let us know which one it is. You have to give us your email so we know where to send it, but that's part of filling it out. The in-game name and your primary server are really critical. And looking forward to that.
Excellent. We'll get you some great tanks for the low price of $3.99.
Yeah. And we will announce the winners after our last match, which starts at 8 p.m. CEST. I'm not too sure how to translate that to our time, so I'm going to leave it there because this is a European tournament. I hope you guys know what that means. After our last match, at the end of the broadcast, we will announce the winners live, and then it takes us about an hour typically to get the codes sent out and delivered.
Try to work pretty quick for you.
Yeah, it should work pretty quick for you. Are you kidding? We got kicked? Okay, so it looks like both of our cameras that were supposed to be in the match got kicked from the match. This is a known bug in the tournament or the custom matches. It does happen. It's happened to us before. We apologize for the inconvenience. Regretfully, there is nothing that we can do about it. We've tried many things. I'm sure that Obsidian and My.com are working really hard on that. So some shout outs really quick. Did we get in? It looks like we might have gotten in. No. Okay. I just saw the screen dim for whatever reason. So some shout outs really quick to to My.com and Obsidian Entertainment, who are the creators of this game. We appreciate them making an absolutely wonderful Armored Warfare. Love playing it personally. Absolutely enjoy it. Really thankful to them for what they do for us in putting this together and creating such a wonderful game. And they have really, something I really have enjoyed is their commitment to the community.
Absolutely.
They really listen and pay attention to that.
You see them out there in the forums helping out with questions, needs, support, anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Another shout out to Armored Warfare Leagues. This is a player-sponsored tournament. So this is not being put on by Obsidian or My.com. This is being put on by Armored Warfare Leagues. Those guys get nothing out of this other than the pleasure of doing it.
Absolutely.
So we really appreciate them and their efforts and are deeply thankful to them for allowing us to stream this and for organizing it and putting it all together. I've talked with the organizers on many occasions. There's a lot of work that goes into getting one of these things to go, and they just do it gladly, and they do a great job of it.
Just an incredible amount of work. Even before the tournaments are starting, we're going through meetings and going through all the different rules. There's a lot of things that go into this that you just don't see on the other side of it.
Yeah, and we're deeply thankful to them.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. You tired of getting hit when you sneak in a peek? Billy Bob's pop-up periscope. You pop it up, see what's happening. Then you can get your shots in when it counts. No hits on you, out shots on them. Man, this is something we need. Down pop-up periscope, on to the next tank.
Pop-up periscope is just cardboard with 2 mirrors, all supplied by you. Some assembly is going to be required.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Wolfpack got you all bothered? Like that new camo look, but can't afford it? Call me. I just got in my all-new line of Never Seen It camo. Only 8,500 credits. You put this on, y'all never see the credits you spend again. Billy Bob's, we got you covered.
And in some cases, uncamouflaged.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Did you hear what them fellas over at Gorlon's Army are doing? They giving away lots of stuff. Mark 6s, 3-day premium play. Man, they making it hard to keep up. Y'all just gotta go to Rafflecopter, sign up, wait till the end of the stream. I like fishing in streams. But anyways, they'll let y'all know if you wins at the end. My darling Wolfie says I better not compete with them. So good luck. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's. Don't like that starship? Give us a call. We'll send you a brand new crew, complete with Vulcan gunner. Set phases to sun, arm all photon torpedoes. Oh wait, we can't send that thing into orbit, but we can sell you some labors. Billy Bob's, we get things done.
Vulcan's not included.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Mark 6 for you. Got all the shot power covered, but you lacking speed? Turret turning a little slow? Man, I've got it. Billy Bob's Quick Lube. Only 48,000 credits. Get that turret twisting, those tracks are rolling. Guaranteed to pick it up by 38%. Even helps with reloads. Billy Bob's Quick Lubes.
Wish this product was real, never going to be made.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. The Lab 300 got too much hop. You running down tanks, bouncing all around. Every time you hit something, it goes the other way. Ooh-wee, it's like having a jackrabbit at the back end. I'll tell you what, if this is happening to you, try out Billy Bob's, try another tank. It gets rid of all those pesky problems. Billy Bob, you got problems? We solve them. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's surplus tanks. Is the shishkin too expensive for you? Do you want a T90 MS? You grind too hard? I got you covered. Get the T90 POS. Then you too can show off your Tier 9 powers. You can be popular, have a girlfriend, all for the one low price of 3 million credits.
Some assembly required, instructions not included.
And welcome back again, everyone. We want to thank you for bearing with us as we deal with this bug in the match itself. And we are now just waiting for them to finish the match. It's 10 minutes at most, and then we should be back on track. While we're waiting, we want to talk to you a little bit about Gorlon's Army and what we do. We cover tournaments and league play. We also do reviews, tips and tricks on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Gorlon's Army. You can also see us on our Twitch channel. We stream all of the tournaments and leagues to both, and that is at twitch.com/Gorlon's Army. Love to have you. If you're enjoying what we do and how we're covering things, please feel free to subscribe or like the videos. It really helps us out in knowing that we're doing a good job and that you're enjoying what we put together for you, as it's really important to us to put together a very entertaining show that is something you find greatly enjoyable. I am Cerebius, and we have more than just me as we run this. We have Luna Knight. She's our camera operator number 1. We have Care Bear. He is our camera operator number 2. We have Tank Blaster, who runs around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to make sure everything's going well and puts together what you're seeing right now. And we have Grinley, who also runs around like a chicken with his head cut off and puts together what you're seeing right now, as well as Bullets. Bullets is the one that you're talking to in the chat. He's our moderator. Any questions that you have or any information that you need, Bullets can help you by getting that to you in the chat. in a responsive way. And we love to hear feedback. Like it, hate it, either way, we would love to hear from you. Got ideas on how we can improve? Would love to hear that from you as well, as that would help us become better at getting content to you that you would enjoy. And ultimately, that is what we want to do. We want to get content to you that you would enjoy watching and be able to participate in. Still, they're still going into battle. Regretfully, we have not been able to rejoin. Or maybe, are they back from the battle? We don't know. Okay, give me just a second, please. Who won the last one? Okay, so we have the results of the last match. It was B4D that won the last match. There's some confusion because the first two matches were a draw. And so it's a question as to whether or not B4D is the winner or if they need to continue playing for the best of three because the first two matches were a draw. So that is a great question. I'm not an expert on the rules here. So I'm sure that they're appealing right now to the Armored Warfare Leagues. They do have the administrators available on comms for them to talk to right away. So I'm sure they'll work all that out, and we'll know shortly what the resolution is going to be, and we'll go from there. And then, so we're working out those little technical details. Again, it's what do you got the mouse on? Again, it's not the fun thing about these is because it's all volunteers. Everybody's a volunteer. We're volunteers here at Gorlon's Army. Nobody gets paid. They're volunteers at they're volunteers at Armored Warfare Leagues, and it looks like they've worked out the results of what that is, and it looks like B4D is being announced as the winner, and we will be now switching from this match to B4D versus Hype 2, which should have started 7 minutes ago, but we were late because of the late start and all that type of stuff. So we're now getting our teams, our cameras into play, and getting them set up. And while that is happening, you get to listen to me some more. I hope I'm not boring you to death. I have enjoyed seeing the European play. I have not seen the I've not played on the European server, so obviously the styles of play are going to be a little different. The way things are done are a little bit different. And quite honestly, I enjoyed the last three matches, even though the first two played to a draw. Seeing the different strategies and tactics was interesting and enjoyable for me. Hopefully you have found that as well. We are switching to Ghost Fields as our next map. So Ghost Fields should be a very interesting match. I like playing on that one. The airstrip in the middle creates a whole lot of fun as it's wide open in the middle for difficult, makes it a difficult point to get across, but is a good map nonetheless. We should see a lot of fun on that. And, you know, there's really, in the North American play, there's really only two lines that get followed in Ghost Field. One of those is to the north as they run along the B line to the north. And then the other is going down the one line on the east side and showing up in the starting to engage down at the Hotel 2 to the Indigo 4-5 area where that engagement happens. So it looks like B4D and Hype 2 are now starting to put together their garage. It looks like the teams are not quite fully formed, and B4D is trying to bring a Tier 10 tank. I'm sure that will change as they as they ready up and get things in order. Although it should be a rather interesting change there. What are your thoughts on Ghostfield? Let us know in the comments. We would love to hear what you have to think about that. Also, if you have not entered yet, please enter our raffles. We have 2 of them. One for the Chieftain Mark 6 Leader and one for the WZ1224. You can find those links in the chat. If they're not readily available, please ask Bullets, our moderator, and he'll happily post a link to either one of those. The rules are pretty straightforward in that the players, you can only enter once for each raffle. So you can enter once for the Chieftain Mark Leader 6, or Chieftain 6 Mark Leader. Chieftain Mark 6 Leader. Can I tie my tongue up anymore? And you can enter once for the WZ1224. Please make sure that you put in your in-game name. That's the name that you use when you're in the game playing. And the server you primarily play on, whether that's the North American server, the European server, which I expect to see a lot of for these raffles, and the Russian server, which I also expect to see a lot of for these raffles. So that we can do that. If you enter twice, you will be disqualified. It's really a bummer when we have to disqualify people. So please don't do that. We like to see we like to see these things given away and given away handily. So please do that when you enter our raffles. I'm running out of things to say if you haven't noticed yet. And Grinley is joining me on the mic now and has a few thoughts that he would like to share.
So, on this raffle, if I enter on both, can I win both? I would love to win both. I don't have either. I want them both.
It is possible to win the Chieftain Mark Leader, Chieftain Mark 6 Leader, and the WZ1224. That's a great question. I'm glad you asked that. And we are giving away 2 of the Chieftain Mark 6s.
2?
2, yes. So you could win a Chieftain Mark 6 and the WZ1224 at the same time.
Fantastic. I'd love to have both.
Wouldn't
I really would.
Well,
does that come with lunch, though?
No lunch. Sorry.
lunch.
No lunch. No.
Oh.
No. And you personally can't win any of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Gorlon's Army is not allowed to enter any of the raffles because we're kind of hosting the whole thing, and you're screwed.
Man.
I just want you to know I enjoyed saying that to you.
You really did, huh?
I did, yes. That was kind of fun. Yeah.
Is it because I control everything? Is that why?
Yes, and in this one situation, I have an opportunity to say you're screwed.
I'm screwed.
Yeah, you're screwed. You
so
can't
I should
enter.
make everything screwed for the stream, huh?
Yeah, go for it.
Yes?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes?
Mess it up.
You got it.
'Cause,
I'll make it the worst nightmare you've ever had.
Yeah, I can see this text now. I'm waiting now for this ticker that goes across the bottom says Cerebius is a jerk or something along those lines. Oh my goodness, they're going to do it. And that should be interesting. So we've switched to Ghostfield, a little bit different play, and it looks like Hype is bringing a lot of light tanks, the VFM5s, and of course we can't see their full team roundup due to the issue with our overlay. But other than that, we're doing really good.
Well, with all the light tanks, it's actually a fantastic move. It really is, because Ghostfield is so open, the high mobility to tuck around those mountains and the buildings down in the center. It'll be fantastic for him. I really think it will.
Yeah, I think it will too. And the other thing is, I'm glad you brought that up, because this is a fast map to get to and from the different places on the map. You can very easily get from one end of the map to the other because it's not steep.
Exactly.
It's not steep at all, and it's
not steep. It's absolutely almost just a valley, and it's a shallow valley at that. Very short hills, nothing overly huge. Those high mobilities, they're going to fly from one end of the map in seconds. It's going to be fantastic for them.
Yeah, and B4D is bringing the same meta that they had at the last match. 3 Leo 2AVs, a VFM5, an MBT-70, a T-72A, and the Eric 90F4. They are in blue and spawning in the southeast. In red, we have Hype. They are a VBL 3 VFM5s and 2 Leo 2AVs. Certainly on the armor side, B4D has the advantage here. But on the mobility side, Hype has the advantage. This should be a very interesting thing to watch. And it looks like Hype loaded in with one man short. So they're already down a man, and should be interesting to see how that comes into play for them.
Well, Hype does have a good thing going for him, though. All their tanks, heavies they picked, have all fast turret traverse.
Yeah, that helps. The turret traverse is a really big deal. So, interesting approach here as both teams look like they're going towards the Delta 6, Delta 5 area, and they're starting to engage there. We have B4D has just kind of stayed together down at Hotel 6.
It looks like they're waiting for the Eric to spot, which he's taken a couple shots for, but he has spotted the majority of the team already.
Right,
which is
so
fantastic.
Yeah, which again begs the question: why isn't B4D making a move? Maybe they're trying to see if they're going to flank. The advantage of all that armor and those big guns is if they stay together, and they are. Okay, all those light tanks can come in and just they can shoot at them, but the focus fire from those big tanks is just going to clean it up really fast.
Oh yes.
So, and this is an open map. So circle strafing and that type of a thing is a good strategy here. There's certainly room to do it, but there's also room to be shot at from multiple others. And they're exchanging fire now as the heavies start to exchange fire across the valley. No real damage being done, but we are seeing some shots being fired. There is some damage, but not enough. Oh, that VFM really got into the thick of the soup right there.
That was one sneaky move, dropping that smoke and flipping a Yui real quick.
That was a very sneaky move. Well played by that VFM to get in there and engage on that flanking position. Really harassing. And, he's got some good opportunities there because these are all light tanks he's going against. They have the two Leo 2 AVs, but that VFM is far more effective against the other VFMs and the VBL than he is against those two Leo 2 AVs. So, whereas in the last match, the B4D VFM was mostly a spotter and an aggravator, in this match he can actually be a contender for damage.
Oh yes. Well, actually, still looking, B4D still holding the same position. They have a lot of focus fire if they can just pick one target. Whereas now Hype is now splitting with the VFM 5s going way down south on the other side of their mountain.
Yeah, an interesting strategy here. Again, in North American play, it seems to be knife fight. You get in, engage close quarters. The guy who can shoot the best at the front of the other tank tends to win. But here, the play tends to be a little more cautious and not quite as aggressive, and certainly not as face-to-face as what is in North America.
Absolutely not. Oh, and here we go. We can see some more fire going across the field.
Yeah,
but
still,
almost no damage is taken.
Yeah, almost no damage is taken. Now, B4D is lower on the health status. Their Leos have taken some pretty good hits. Again, if you're joining us for the first time, or perhaps you're new to the interface, in the custom matches, when you're in a neutral observer mode, you see everybody's health as a bar directly underneath their name as the same color as the team they are. So red bars under the red, blue bars under the blue. And this is some more pot shots going off, but not any real damage.
Ooh, that VFM is in a really bad spot right now.
He is a one-shot kill. Matter of fact, he's a sneeze kill right now, so he doesn't even want to come off a rock hard, as that damage could be enough to just take him out of the match. And it looks like
they got him.
They did. So that really hurts B4D, because he was their primary scout. He was really the one letting them know where everybody is. And now they don't have that. They don't have that anymore.
Oh, here we go. The two VFM 5s. They're going down south, way down south, for a good flanking move.
Yeah,
the VBL is spotting everything for him. Looks like we're going to have one interesting match coming up here real quick.
Yeah, we are. Yes, we are. So it should be very fascinating as those... Oh, yeah, and the Leo 2AV is now going the same way. We are going to have an engagement of the two VFM 5s versus that Leo 2AV on the south. And it should be a very interesting match, and hopefully we get to watch it. That is a really big hint for the camera guys. Or not.
Yep, here we are.
There it is.
And we've got one just peeking around, trying to take a couple good shots, but still no solid engagements yet.
No solid engagements. And I had thought they would they'd be a little more engaged there, but they're not. And it looks like and all of B4D is going to come this way. They are now following the Leo 2AV into that engagement.
Oh, here we go. B4D might be trying to push down south and push those two VFMs out.
They're going to have to, or they're going to be in a world of hurt, because right now
They've got a lot.
hype is surrounding them.
Yes.
And
They're already surrounded. They're just closing in. And they're closing in fast.
Okay, so that does not look good when your VFM5 is on the run like that. Not a good thing for the VFM5. As shots get fired and smoke goes as they try to get out of the way. So B4D successfully pushing out of the trap as they push those two VFM5s out of the way, and now they're pushing into the flanks and backs of Hype. And so Hype is now going to turn around to engage these guys and start doing some battle. And they are down. B4D is down 3 tanks, but that is only a 2-tank advantage for Hype as they came in 1 tank short to begin with.
Oh, and they're still continuing with the flanking maneuvers.
Yeah, those two, the VBL and another VFM5 are heading south trying to flank again and just create some havoc for them. B4D is in a world of hurt right now as they are fighting on every side. They've been broken up, so they're not as put together as they were. And there goes another one down. There goes, yeah, they're down. It is now a 3-to-1 ratio battle. Not a lot of hope here for B4D, and there it goes. They're down out of it. And we have a win for Hype. Congratulations to Hype on the win. Well played to both teams.
Woo, doggy! Billy Bob Surplus Armor. You like the Lav 150? Tired of small guns? Right. Billy Bob's. We have bolt-on cannons. As long as you bolt it on, it will take pictures. You know we love to take care of you. Billy Bob's. Home of the surplus armor and bolt-ons. Give us a call. Woo, doggy! Billy Bob's. You know who it is. My cousin Cletus was telling me you get tired of seeing all them old sprockets on the T-54. Want some bling on those old tracks? Billy Bob Hubs. Only 3,600 credits. You get some bling and a lift for your tank. Watch things go under while you track over. Billy Bob's. We bring styles to tanks. Woo, doggy. Billy Bob's here. Tired of all that ice making your tank slip and slide around? You need Billy Bob's anti-slip and grip pellets. Just 1 bag of this, you'll get all the grip you've ever needed. Climb anything. Climb anywhere. Never slide back. Just tank forward. Billy Bob's. We get you there.
Anti-slip and grip pellets only available on Neptune.
Woo, doggy. Billy Bob Surplus Tanks. You tired of not penetrating? Tired of all your shots bouncing? Billy Bob's Cano Man. 32,000 credits. 1 can, all your shots count. To nobody but you. Allow 6 to no weeks for delivery. Woo, doggy. Billy Bob here. You getting heated with all those little tanks come in, steal your shot? Move in so fast like gnats at a picnic? Ooh-wee, I got just the thing for you. Pests be gone. 1 spray of this, they'll fall over in their tracks. Pests be gone. No more snapping on your snacks.
Till they pick themselves back up.
Woo, doggy. Billy Bob's here. Is the fox giving you too much trouble? Is the spinning wheels got your turd all twisted? Billy Bob's, have we got the thing for you. The fox trap. You put it down, then sink your round. Never mind what that pesky ranger has to say. It's not for fur. Just trying to level the playing field.
Remember, all rangers have bigger guns than you.
Woo, doggy. Billy Bob here. Just wanted you all to know we're filling up the tanks and getting ready to roll out with a new line to solve all your problems and mine. Man, they say my Grandpappy Zhang was third world. Wait till you see these. Light tanks with heavy guns, heavy tanks with light guns. How about a solid tank with a super gun? Special one-shot kill capabilities. Super scope so you can find all your enemies and friends on the field. Armor so strong, 20 tanks can't stop it. Sounds great, right? You like it, I like it, let's make a deal. Billy Bob's, your new tank supplier.
Tank's never going to be built or supplied.
Okay, and it looks like we are just now getting ready to load in as they've loaded up the match. There we go. And
So Hype taking that one in rather decisive.
Absolutely.
Decisive is a great word for that one.
rather decisive way there at the end as they played the fast tanks. And it looks like they have switched sides now, and both teams are not changing their tanks. I don't see any changes there. So it should be another very interesting battle. As they stay on Ghost Field, it's still Encounter, so the same map, but they should be on opposite sides now.
Absolutely. And a great thing to point out on this one, every match we've seen before this in the Soldier Fortune Leagues, as you said, the knife fights, always common. But in here, with this setup, this strategy, the 6-man team, right here with that heavy armor, this map, was absolutely viable. This is the first time we've seen a team where they start out down has won outright.
Yeah.
Normally it's the other way around.
Yep, normally. Okay, and here we go. We're rolling, and it looks like we lost one camera in the load-in, so such as it is. And that's the way it is. So guys, should be very interesting to watch how all that plays out. While we're waiting for them to engage each other and see some strategy happening, I want to do a quick shout out here to sin-games.com. They host the TeamSpeak that is used by the teams to communicate with Armored Warfare Leagues, and they make available to Armored Warfare Leagues and all of the battalions in Armored Warfare the ability to have a TeamSpeak server. Gorlon's Army uses it, for example, as our TeamSpeak server. We're primarily on Discord, but when we do use TeamSpeak, and we use it frequently, we use the one provided by Sin-Games. And they do a phenomenal job of that. We're deeply thankful to them for their hosting. And it looks like some shots have been fired as we engage early. A little tit for tat there going on, but nobody taking any damage. And we're both teams going northish.
Well, they're opening up a little bit more, not staying as well grouped. So the flanking method that Hype or B4D. No,
B4D is
Hype.
in red. B4D is in red, and Hype is in blue right now.
Yeah, the method that Hype played last round won't be as effective this time.
No, B4D has they've kind of spread themselves out a little bit, and we'll just see how that works out. So they're both getting their scouts out and trying to get the scouting action going. Of course, Hype is mostly scouts. All of their tanks can scout effectively, which I think is a mild advantage to them, and most particularly on this map where it's so open and so viable for play.
Well, Hype is doing a great job on scouting as well. They've left their Eric up north, so it covers most of the northern territory, and the VFM-5 down below is close enough that he covers everything down south that would need to be spotted. So far, both teams are absolutely able to see almost the entire map.
Yeah. Well, the critical bits of the map in the middle.
Especially the critical bits in the middle.
So, very interesting as both teams still no real damage taken by either team. And there's an engagement going on with the VFM-5 right now as Hedzik takes some damage on Hype from B4D. I'm not sure exactly who's shooting at him, but he did take some of that damage. And he's really in a great position there, trying to push that forward.
Well, here we go. B4D is making a move down south. We'll see if they can make something happen with this push. 4 solid tanks, all 4 MBTs, and all they've got in their way at this point is the Leo 2 AVs for Hype, and we'll see if the VFMs can move down into a strong position to help snipe.
Well, and Hype or B4D is making a move on the south that can really bring them up on the back of those 2 Leos and wreak some serious havoc on those, especially if they're looking the wrong way.
Well, the biggest key here is going to have to be the VFM-5s for Hype. See if they can actually get into a point where they can help defend those Leos without being spotted or taken out.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty critical. This is a tough position. Now they've seen those Leos. They know they're there, and they're taking shots at them. This is going to be 3 tanks on 2, and they've got their heavy tanks with them, so their main battle tanks are there. It is strongly possible they could take those 2 Leos out. They are taking advantage of that terrain. That is a beautiful hold down position there, taking advantage of that bunker and just making a play. And Hype holding out well. B4D coming around, flanking very well, and
those VFMs started moving at the perfect time. They're absolutely assisting on this, stopping this counter.
oh, and there he goes. He caught fire, and that was the end of that. Well played there by Hype. By B4D. I'm sorry, I got my colors mixed up. By B4D to take out those 2 Leos. Excellent strategy there. It's just a beautiful game of tank chess. And now they're chasing those 2 VFMs to the north. Oh, they brought it to even. It's 4-4 as Hype just brings it to even. Amazing play there by Hype to do that and bring the teams to even.
That VBL made an aggressive move up north, took out their scouts, everything that was up there. That's how they evened it out. We missed the action, but we couldn't miss the one that we just saw.
Yeah. Well, that is the challenge. Despite having multiple cameras, there's still you just can't cover everything, and we would like to have a whole bunch more cameras, but that just isn't feasible right now. So a little ring around the rosy action going on here. A little hard to follow on the mini map, as the mini map is got the bug in it where it doesn't show dead tanks. A shot fired there at the VFM, not working out so well as it missed. He's moving very fast. Those are hard shots to take, especially at range. But both teams at 4 again. B4D still carrying more armor and bigger guns, and they also have the health advantage. I mean, Hype is hurting. They only have 1 tank left at full health, and
2 tanks roughly at 1 shot apiece.
Yeah, whereas B4D is got a lot more health than they do. So looking to be a very, very competitive match here as we watch the VFM5s engage. Notorious down there for Hype has got to be very careful, as he's really a one-shot kill. Just not a lot of... He's got to play very defensively, very protective. Wonderful position there, and out he goes. So that one shot just difficult to defend when you can't take any hits at all. It's hard to be effective, and that's where they were. So now it's 4-3 advantage Hype.
And Hype is playing very well, using their high mobility in this open map to stay around the mountains and keep skirting them, forcing the slower main battle tanks from B4D to effectively split up.
Yeah, engage them one at a time versus engaging them actively, yeah.
And they're staying in a group of 3, and one's just being a scout trying to bait them out. It's working absolutely to their advantage.
Yeah, it is working absolutely to their advantage, and they're doing really well with it. And it looks like maybe they sent one VFM5 down to kind of be the bait as they flank them from the sides. Very interesting approach going on here. Oh, and yeah, they're kind of running away there. If B4D stays together,
they still stand an absolutely strong chance.
Yeah,
their life, their armor.
Yeah, they're in a strong position, and they've got what they need. But they're going to have to get to them and engage them soon, because there's only a little under 2 minutes left. And time is not the friend for if somebody wants to play for a win here. Playing for a draw, great opportunity for both teams. Playing for a win is going to be very difficult right now, as we're going into some very difficult stuff. So, yeah, and that may be what they're doing. Maybe both teams are saying, let's play for a draw. Hard to say for sure.
Well, Hype would absolutely want it, because it actually plays more in their favor. If they lose this match, it means next match's winner wins. But if they get the draw here, as long as Hype wins or pushes for another draw, Hype wins.
That's true. That's true, as we've seen. So yeah, that's where that is, and what they're doing. So It looks like we might. Oh! And that is huge. As 2 tanks go down at the same time.
And the last one
for
is
V4D,
tracked.
And there it is. And Hype pulls it off in just a matter of seconds. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing how that came out.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Just wanted y'all to know we're filling up the tanks and getting ready to roll out with a new line to solve all your problems and mine. Man, they say my Grandpappy Zhang was third world. Wait till you see these. Light tanks with heavy guns, heavy tanks with light guns. How about a solid tank with a super gun? Special one-shot kill capabilities. Super scope so you can find all your enemies and friends on the field. Armor so strong, 20 tanks can't stop it. Sounds great, right? You like it, I like it, let's make a deal. Billy Bob's, your new tank supplier.
Tank's never going to be built or supplied.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. You tired of getting hit when you sneak in a peek? Billy Bob's pop-up periscope. You pop it up, see what's happening. Then you can get your shots in when it counts. No hits on you, out shots on them. Man, this is something we need. Down pop-up periscope, on to the next tank.
Pop-up periscope is just cardboard with 2 mirrors, all supplied by you. Some assembly is going to be required.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Wolfpack got you all bothered? Like that new camo look, but can't afford it? Call me. I just got in my all-new line of Never Seen It camo. Only 8,500 credits. You put this on, y'all never see the credits you spend again. Billy Bob's, we got you covered.
And in some cases, uncamouflaged.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Did you hear what them fellas over at Gorlon's Army are doing? They giving away lots of stuff. Mark 6s, 3-day premium play. Man, they making it hard to keep up. Y'all just gotta go to Rafflecopter, sign up, wait till the end of the stream. I like fishing in streams. But anyways, they'll let y'all know if you wins at the end. My darling Wolfie says I better not compete with them. So good luck. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's. Don't like that starship? Give us a call. We'll send you a brand new crew, complete with Vulcan gunner. Set phases to sun, arm all photon torpedoes. Oh wait, we can't send that thing into orbit, but we can sell you some labors. Billy Bob's, we get things done.
Vulcan's not included.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Mark 6 for you. Got all the shot power covered, but you lacking speed? Turret turning a little slow? Man, I've got it. Billy Bob's Quick Lube. Only 48,000 credits. Get that turret twisting, those tracks are rolling. Guaranteed to pick it up by 38%. Even helps with reloads. Billy Bob's Quick Lubes.
Wish this product was real, never going to be made.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. The Lav 300 got too much hop. You running down tanks, bouncing all around. Every time you hit something, it goes the other way. Ooh-wee, it's like having a jackrabbit at the back end. I'll tell you what, if this is happening to you, try out Billy Bob's, try another tank. It gets rid of all those pesky problems. Billy Bob, you got problems? We solve them.
And we've got raffles.
We have raffles, yes. No waffles.
I want waffles. Waffles sounds excellent right now.
Waffles sound really good right now, but we don't get waffles. We get raffles.
We get raffles. We like
Yes.
raffles too.
We do like raffles too. And it looks like we're still waiting to find our next match. Our next match is going to be Hype 2 versus PES as we stay with the winner. And we're just waiting for them to create that match. I just saw them close the other one, so it should just be a little minute, and then we'll have that match up. In
You're
the
great at
meantime,
getting sidetracked. We were starting with raffles.
yes, and I said, in the meantime, let's talk about the waffles. Raffles.
Waffles? We're back to waffles. We don't get waffles. You already said that.
It's a little bumpy for me right now. Okay, so
Well, who's bringing waffles?
nobody's bringing waffles. We're going to
Okay.
talk about raffles.
Who's making the waffles?
Nobody's making waffles. We're talking about raffles. And as such, here it is. We have 2 raffles. You can enter each of them once. One is for the WZ-1224 Chinese Premium Tank. You can either spend gold or win it from us. It's cheaper to win it from us.
And then we have the Chieftain Mark 6, and we have 2 of those.
2 of those, yes. So one raffle, we'll pick 2 winners, so you don't have to try to find a third raffle there somewhere. And you're welcome to enter both of those. Please do.
And you can win both.
You can win both, yes. And you could easily get yourself the 2 tanks, a WZ-1224 or a Chieftain Mark 6, or
Both.
just a Chieftain Mark 6 or a Chieftain just the WZ. Depends on how it all plays out for you. So good luck, and the link should be in the chat in the streams. If they're not there, or if you can't find them for whatever reason, just ask, and Bullets, our wonderful moderator, will happily get them for you. So that's where that is, and it looks like we're still waiting for that match to be created. And when we have that, we'll go from there.
Well, at this point, before anything else happens, I'm going to be switching back out. Not the boss has returned finally. So
Yes, he has.
He's going to be relinquishing my seat, and it's been an enjoyable time chatting with you.
Thank you, Grinley. I've loved having you here as a co-host. And here comes Not the Boss.
Thanks for the sabbatical, everybody.
Yeah. He took a sabbatical because he is not the boss.
Perks of being so.
Yeah, and such are the perks, right?
Gridley kept the chair nice and warm for me. It was great.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, he does do that. So we're in our third and final match. It's going to be on Lost Island. That's our next one. It's going to be Hype 2 versus PES. And Lost Island is an interesting map. I have always found this one to be a fun map to play. The terrain is difficult. The challenges with it are difficult. You can't just go from north to south very easily. It is very much an east to west type of a map. That's where practically all of the lanes are. You've got big open area in the south, and the north is closed up tight. So it could go both ways. Either way, it'll be interesting to see how to play. Hype in the last round that we were watching. Hype was, and thank you, Tank Blaster, for bringing that up so that everybody can see that. Hype brought in a lot of light tanks and tank destroyers. Mm-hmm. So they were very mobile, very nimble. That could play well on this map as well. But the challenge is you don't have that crossfire opportunity like you did on Ghost Fields. So it'd be interesting to see what they bring, whether they bring in the light tanks again, where they're fast and nimble, or if they bring some main battle tanks and try to use all the hiding spots that they have here.
Now, I'm not too familiar with this map. I think I've played it once or twice. Can you let us know where are the typical spawn points for the teams?
This is an encounter mode, so you're going to have one group spawn at about Delta 1.
Okay.
And the other group will spawn somewhere around Delta 8-9.
Okay.
It could go as far south as Echo 8-9, but typically it's in that Delta area.
Right around the Delta line, okay.
The Delta Echo 8-9 kind of combination right there. And then you have the Delta 0-1 area for both teams. So it is a spawn east-west. The cap circle ends up being in the southeast corner of Echo 4 is where the cap circle ends up at. And that allows both teams really have the same amount of travel to get there from the cap. There isn't one side that seems to have the advantage of the other. Now, coming from the west, you do have a slight advantage in that there is a downed airplane on the west side of Echo 4 that you can come in behind and go hold down in, and it's a very, very difficult position to root someone out of. The downside is it can be played from both sides. So if your opponent comes up on the other side of that plane, you really can't shoot each other. So you can be 10 meters apart, and you can't shoot each other. And it's a tricky thing to be there, but you can get in there and hold that cap circle that way. Another interesting thing is this cap circle has lines into it. You can shoot into the cap circle from a lot of areas. So while it looks like you have cover, it looks like you're protected in that cap circle, you don't have cover.
Do we have a lot of hills and high areas in this map as well?
Yeah, this map is very terrainy. A lot of mountains you can't climb or do anything with other than go around them.
Gotcha.
You can't get up on top of them. You just have to go around them. And you see a good example of that at the Echo Foxtrot 5-6 area where you see that great big mountain there that's really difficult for people to go around and use. So that's this map kind of in a nutshell.
So in your personal opinion, what tanks do you think are going to be beneficial for the teams to be using here?
You know, on this map, I think this is a main battle tank map. I really do.
Okay.
You need some light scouts, most particularly to go south and make sure that you're not getting flanked. South is way open. You've got all that ocean, all that water down there. It's very easy to come down. You can just flank around to the other side and come in behind your opponent. So you've got to have some light tanks to cover that south and make sure that that if they are coming that way, you can spot them. Also gives you the advantage that you could go south and come around on your opponent from either side.
Okay. Now, what about this little island that we've got up here in the Bravo and Charlie area through 3 through 6? Is that an easy access port there?
That is, and in North America, in the random matches, that's where your main battle tanks will go.
Okay.
They will go up there and duke it out in that area. There's some open lines, but there's good cover, good hold down positions as you come in and out of the water. You can get down behind the dirt and protect yourself really well. And that's where you will see most of your main battle tanks go in North America during random matches.
Okay.
But as we have seen from the Soldier of Fortune League, the North American Soldier of Fortune League, we have seen that they don't go north. Rarely do you see any tanks above the Charlie line. You see everybody going delta or south and playing down there and trying to play from those positions. Now, the Europeans have shown that they play these maps with a very different flavor, and it's neat to watch. I've actually really enjoyed seeing the different strategies that they have put forward and how they're trying to do it and go about it. So it's really exciting that way. But
absolutely, we'll see some great tactics here and hopefully some new ideas that we can maybe bring over to our North American buddies. You know, see some new ways to play.
Or even to my own play, personally.
Hey, there we go. Always looking for improvement here, right?
Yeah, well, that's the thing I really like about covering these tournaments and covering the leagues is we have this opportunity to see so many different play styles, to see so many different opportunities of how to do things and where to hide your map and what's going on there.
Excellent. And we see some match in progress status starting here, so we should be starting up here real quick.
Yeah, it looks like the teams have formed up and they're getting ready to go, and we just might actually join that soon, and we can talk about the battles versus me yapping on about this map. Now, this is our last battle. This is our last match for the day. So best of 3 again. But our last match of the day, and this should be good, as we have Hype, who is in blue, against PES, which is in red. And I haven't seen PES play, but we watched Hype earlier. Should be interesting. That's unique. There's a My.com player on the Hype team. Right. I'm not sure or on the PES team. I'm not sure I'm seeing that tag correctly. Maybe somebody's created one that looks similar to that. I could be mistaken there. But looks like they're going to have some fun.
About 3 seconds here.
Yeah, in about 2 seconds, we're going to see how they do and which way they go. So we have red, which is PES, has spawned on the west, and blue, which is Hype, has spawned on the east. And it looks like both of them are heading more southish than anything else. And it looks like we're going to have a big engagement to the south. Again, this is similar. This is a similar loadout pattern or movement pattern to what we see on the North American Soldier of Fortune League.
Now we're seeing a bit of an unevenness when it comes to the teams. Over on blue, they're one man short right now. So we're going to see how this plays out.
Yeah, Hype has been playing one man down, but they won.
They're doing very well.
And we are in the winner's bracket, so they've continued to win. So this should be very interesting as we watch how this plays. And that VBL is in a great position as they get some shots off, and one of their VFMs taking some very early damage as they cross that open space, and Hype takes advantage of it. It looks like one of XM1 also took some damage.
All right, we're seeing some movement here as well.
Okay. Okay, and as we go forward, just so everybody knows, in my nomenclature, a match is 3 or 4 games, and a set is each game in there. I'm sorry if that's confusing to some. Chat has mentioned that perhaps I've got it backwards. That's how I see it. If I try to change it now, I'll confuse you and me, because then I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'd rather be consistent, so I'm just going to hold with that. Also, if you'd like to join us Friday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific, I don't know what that translates into exactly in CEST. I apologize. But at 6 Pacific, we do stream the North American Soldier of Fortune League, which is coming to an end. So we're starting to see some really good battle. We'd love it if you'd join us. Also, if you're enjoying our commentating, please comment. Please subscribe to our streams. So, battle going on. Oh, and some serious damage there being taken by PES early on. Oh, and there is a serious fight going as Hype just took a whole bunch of damage across a lot of tanks.
They sure did.
It looks
each
like
tank is
PES
down with damage right now.
PES reloaded and shot the living daylights out of him there. And there's a beautiful knife. Oh, he's going down.
Oh.
That is a tenuous position. I don't know why we lost that. That was awesome to watch. I don't know where it went.
He is gone.
And he's gone, yeah. And that's where it went. Apparently he left, and I didn't know it. What an amazing knife fight that was. But another one, there it is, right? He came down and around and has brought it back up. And that is difficult.
In low health.
Oh!
Hype is down.
And Hype loses that one handily. And they are down a tank, effectively down 2 tanks, because they started 1 tank short. So difficult position for Hype to be in right now, and it looks like they are being chased rather aggressively.
They are moving out. There goes
they
another
evened
one.
up the score a little bit. It's 4-4. What an amazing
One more down
battle
about here in a second.
as they go at each other, and there he goes.
There we go.
And right there, you saw the effectiveness of comms. They knew which tank was going to shoot at him next and finish him off. Everybody else disengaged and moved on. You don't see that in random battles. And they
This
just
VBL's
spun
about out now.
And down
There
he
we
goes.
go.
And
We're
it's
down to
4-2. Hype really turned that around.
They did. They took the advantage and
short
ran
order.
with it.
Yeah, again, those light, fast tanks, they seem to play them very well together, and they do very well in them.
And we're seeing one more tank. Oh, one more tank down. There
And
we
it
go.
is now 4-1, 3-1. PES says, "Yeah, you were not going down without a fight."
And there we go.
And there
Fast
it is.
match done in 4 minutes.
Yeah, that was amazing. As Hype takes that down and takes the win.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. I'd just like to thank those guys over at Gorlon's Army and Armored Warfare for making it so easy to hijack their signal, sell my wares. Just like my grandpappy Zhang used to say, son, if you can't marry a wolf, buy a shishkin. And if that's too much, call Billy Bob's for all your tank needs. Billy Bob, Tank Supplies.
All shipping handled through Pluto Express. Wait times vary from never to not going to get it.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You like the Striker missile boat? So do I. You tired of always running out of ammo? Me too. Well, I gone and done it again. The Striker missile boat piggyback. You tow it behind you. When you need more ammo, get out and reload. Then the Striker missile boat piggyback. It carries all those little extras you need and want. It carries the load till you explode.
Trailer will explode when hit. So will you.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob Surplus Tanks. We got all the things you need so you can quit losing. You tired of being turned into a rubble of heap? Come on down to Billy Bob's. We got more armor. You like armor? We like guns. We'll sell them both. Bolt-on accessories included. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Is the Arty too much for you? Tired of constantly getting raining shells and missiles? Wish it would just stop? I got it. The Arty umbrella, just in time. Only 1,999 credits. Pop this baby up, let it rain, because it's the only thing it's gonna stop. Keeps you dry, but your tank's still smoking. Billy Bob's. You don't want it, but we got it.
Across the room there as he clicked something he was not expecting and got a total surprise. It was absolutely hilarious. You know, I want to do a shout out right now to AW Tactics for providing us with these maps. They have done a phenomenal job of creating this map system and putting it together. It has been absolutely wonderful to use, and we thank them deeply for it. We encourage you to support them. They have many, many tools on there that you don't see us using that are very powerful if you want to talk about tactics with your team.
Yes, excellent site to check out. And as well, check out ArmoredWarfareLeagues.com. They're the group that are putting on these leagues for us and hosting them.
Yeah, and you can see all of that right there on their stuff. If you want to participate, for example, tomorrow they have a PvP tournament.
Yep.
So you can get in that. That's a 5-man group. You can jump in
PvE.
with anybody. PvE, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
PvE.
Thank you. I was corrected there. You just speak out loud.
Speak out loud, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just yell at you.
That's right. They have a PvE tournament. I believe they're doing it tomorrow for their PvE. Tank Blaster is slapping me. And those are fun to play in. It's all about score. How much damage can you do as a group? And it's really, really cool to play those. I've played them. I have a lot of fun with them.
A lot of fun to watch because if you do enjoy PvE or generally just getting a little bit better at your skill, it's a great thing to watch and pick up on some different tactics that they have or different ways they're going to be using the maps and possibly implement that into your own gameplay.
Yeah, well, yeah, the maps are slightly different in PvE, but yeah, you're right. It is a great place to practice without having to feel a lot of pressure.
Yep. You can also, of course, check out Gorlon's Army. You can go to youtube.com/Gorlon's Army. Check us out there. We've got many tank reviews. We've got links to our Twitch channel as well as some of the streams. You can check out some previous streams.
Right, and you can see our streams on twitch.com/Gorlon's Army, which a lot of you are at today, so welcome. We're glad you're there. It's kind of interesting. The European group is on Twitch, and the North American group is on YouTube. That's okay. We've had people ask, how do we donate to you guys? Thank you for that. It's a great compliment. We appreciate it. We are working on that, but we don't have anything in place yet. So the end of this month, we should have something in place where we can take donations, and we look forward to you supporting us. We would absolutely love it because nobody here is getting paid. This is all volunteer group, and they do an amazing job. There's a lot of hours involved in putting all this together.
Yes,
that
we haven't eaten in weeks, so if you can, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, I have lost all my weight. I'm really now just a talking set of bones.
Basically, yes.
Yes,
yeah.
we're all just skeletons. You can't even tell each other apart.
If only that were true, right?
Yeah, if only that were true. So we saw Hype do some really interesting things here as they pushed across the map. They took advantage of their light tanks, they took advantage of their speed, and even though you have to go way around on this map, still were able to flank rather effectively, and in the end, that's what won it for them.
And even being one man down, they came out swinging, and it worked really well for them.
Yeah, that's the thing that's really amazing, is Hype has played one man down all day.
Yes.
And they're doing very well.
You see very little camping or holding back. They're moving right into the action, getting it in quick. Our last match was done in less than 4 minutes.
You know, and PES, at first I thought PES had it.
Yes, they were looking great.
I really thought they had it. I mean, they were coming in strong. They were up. They took advantage of the man up situation that they had. They actually went, I think at one point they were 3 men up technically, because they Hype loaded in 1 man and they were 2 men up, so they were 3 men up, and then Hype managed to pull it off in the end. Great match. Looking forward to another one here as we're getting ready to load in now.
Definitely a great example of what good communication can do for a team. When they show that they're really discussing their tactics together, it works well.
Double bug again.
And it looks like we have hit again the custom match bug where both of our cameras were excluded. So regretfully, we're not going to be able to bring you any of that amazing action. It also means we're not going to see it, which I'm a little bit bummed about.
I'm really excited to see what they do. Yeah,
I was excited to see it. These teams both are playing very well. Now, hats off to Obsidian.com, or Obsidian Entertainment, and My.com. It is important to remember the game is still in beta. They are still putting things together and making it work, so these bugs are not totally unexpected. Frustrating, but not unexpected. Still a great product. I still enjoy playing. Still looking forward to playing more.
Yes, absolutely. Spent a lot of time doing this and a lot of time, building skill and having a lot of fun.
Yeah, having a lot of fun, and seeing how all of that can play out and what we can do. And I, for one, greatly enjoy the maps and the games that they put together. The tanks, they've done a really good job of putting together tanks and balancing. There's always that difficult balance because you have all of your tank aficionados out there that are saying, hey, this tank has all of these stats and capabilities in the real world. But you've got to balance the real world stats against gameplay, because in the real world, those tanks often they're shooting at each other. They're not even seeing each other.
No.
These are shots that are radar guided, laser guided,
Miles away.
Miles away. They don't even see each other. And in a game, that doesn't work well. I mean, if both teams spawned and you just started shooting at each other,
we'd be over and bored real quick.
Yeah,
here,
it wouldn't work. And so they have done, Obsidian and My.com have done a great job
scaling it down,
of balancing this is what the tank is in the real world with making it a game.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that's the critical thing to keep in mind. At the end of the day, this is a game. This is a game. It's not a simulator.
No.
It is a game. And they have done a fantastic job. I have loved playing this game, and I'm really excited about it. So we should have, if the last match was any indication of this match, they should be wrapping up shortly. If Hype wins, then it's all over. We're done for the day, and we will do our raffles. If Hype has lost and PES takes the win, then we will switch over to covering the last match, and then we will do the last set, and then we will do our raffles after that.
Got some great giveaways today. You guys get some great tanks, exclusive tanks in some cases, for the very low cost of free $99. So be sure you're entering these raffles and getting ready, because we're going to be drawing here pretty soon.
Yeah, pretty soon we're going to do it. So if you haven't entered the raffle, now is the time to get into the raffle so that we can go from there. And we would love to give you a tank. This is where we'll see the winner. And we would love to hand you a tank, 2 wonderful tanks. One you cannot buy.
Nope.
The Chieftain Mark 6 liter, you cannot buy it. The only way to get it is through a commentator or a streamer or My.com or Obsidian giving you one.
Speaking of that, can I go ahead and enter that raffle, or am I excluded in this one here?
You're screwed.
Darn it.
And I love telling you that as much as I enjoy telling Grinley that when he asked that question. You are a member of Gorlon's Army, and as such, you are excluded from the raffle.
Well, darn it. Well, somebody else get in there for me and win it, okay?
So, really looking forward to giving those tanks away. I think that we've got the matches over, and now we're just waiting for the announcement from the winner as to who the winner is, and we'll see what happens there. Hopefully we hear that soon, and we'll know what's going on. If the team switch sides, that would be another indicator. They don't always communicate with us exactly what's going on, which is understandable because we don't decide anything. All we do is talk about it.
Yep.
So, that's okay. We'll let that work out however it's going to work out, and that'll be just fine.
We're here so you can hear our lovely voices.
Yes, and what a lovely voice Not the Boss has. We are ever so thankful for that. And okay, so the last match was a draw. No, it's 1-1. It is 1-1. PES pulled out a win. It is 1-1. So we are going to show the last set, and then we will have our raffles after that. So our camera guys are getting loaded in, and we're getting all set up as we ready up for the last and final set of this match, and we decide a winner. So this should be good because this is it. Winner takes all.
Yeah, this is it. That's the big final here.
If it goes to a draw, we play another one.
Which I'm sure I wouldn't complain about.
So, no, I wouldn't complain about that either.
I've had a lot of fun watching these two teams play.
I have had a lot of fun
see their
watching
tactics.
these two teams play. And don't forget, tomorrow, starting at 8:30 p.m. CEST, the tournament will continue. Gorlon's Army will not be a part of that. We're sorry, we do not broadcast or stream on Sundays. We are primarily a religious group, and so we don't participate in the Sunday activities. However, we are here for today, and we are having fun with it, and we are so thankful that we could be a part of that. We appreciate Armored Warfare Leagues allowing us to be a part of and participate in this as streamers.
But we'll tell you what, if you miss us tomorrow, you can definitely check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Gorlon's Army, and get your fix while we're gone.
Yes, you can even check out some of the Soldier of Fortune League play. If you want to see something really terrible, what is a classic example of exactly how not to do all of this, I suggest you watch Week 5. But make sure you really are frustrated with it because It was a terrible one. Matter of fact, I don't even know that we have week 5 up publicly anymore, as it was so bad. I think we've set that one to gone.
Yeah, I actually had that buried in my memory until you brought that up. Thank you for that.
Yes, you're welcome. I just, wanted to burn that horrific affair right up to the front there.
Yep,
so
looks
that
like we've got
everyone can see that.
a match in progress status here, so we should be loading in here real quick.
Yeah, we should be seeing it soon. Hopefully, we've gotten our cameras fixed, and it looks like the cameras are fixed.
Yep,
we are
we're
going to be able to watch this. Yay!
loaded in. All
and
right.
there it is. Barring something really crazy happening, we're going to be able to see this go.
Yes.
And both teams are bringing, it looks like the same set of tanks that they had last time. We have in red is PES, and in blue is Hype. Blue is spawning on the east, and red is spawning on the west. Just in case you couldn't really see those colors, I had to say that out loud. That actually helps me when I'm talking about the team. So more than anything else, I'm just trying to tell myself what's going on, and you get to hear about it, so that I sound like a total idiot. But that's okay. I'm uncomfortable with that.
Well, you can also go ahead and go to our chats on Twitch and YouTube right now for the streams. Let us know what you think of the teams right now. Let us know where you think their pros and cons are, where they're standing.
Yeah.
We're curious to see your opinions on maybe some tactics that you've seen that you've learned.
Also, suggestions, ideas on how to improve our stream. We'd love to hear that. We absolutely enjoy getting feedback and trying to improve our stream. And, if you guys are the ones that are listening and you like it, then we're doing good. And if you don't like it, then we're failing miserably and there's no point in us even being here. So if you do like it, please subscribe. That tells us that we are doing good. If you have ideas, we would love to hear them, because that also tells us how to do better, and we would love to do that. And some early shots and smoke fired as the teams are engaging each other, but no real damage. So it's more posturing than anything else. I'm kind of surprised. I thought that VBL would certainly have taken some shots and done some damage across
I saw
there.
him shoot a couple off, but no hits, looks like. No hits.
Yeah, that's a long shot for that VBL with moving tanks. Very difficult for him to do.
So if you're just now tuning in, we've got Hype versus PES. Hype has been running one man down all day, but has been somewhat dominating.
They've been winning.
Yeah.
Remember, both of these teams have gotten to this point undefeated.
Yes.
So this is a big deal for both of them. As they go, they've both won one. This is it. All the cookies now are on the plate, and somebody is going to take it home. So we had a little accident
Getting
right
thrown
there.
around by that.
Yeah, the
support
little
tank.
getting beat up a little bit by the big tank.
So we see some interesting movement coming from PES. If you look down on the minimap, they're kind of taking the southern route.
Well, Hype has gone into the cap circle and they said, "Okay, bring it this way."
Yeah.
And it should be defending this cap circle is a challenge.
Absolutely, we got a lot
It's
of
doable, but
a lot
it
of
is
long
hard.
shots and high shots available from the surrounding areas. So you're never safe in that cap circle.
No, you are not safe in that cap circle. There are some good positions to be in. They can create a lot of problems, but like this one right here, where you're shooting downhill versus uphill.
We got a one man down on PES side, so now we're all evened up,
Yeah, we're all evened up as Hype.
and they've reset the cap circle as well.
Yeah, that's not surprising. That's actually, yeah. And see, now they've left it. So they've brought the battle. Hype, you really use that well to manipulate the battle.
And Hype is about gone here.
Oh, yeah. And look, both teams took a tank simultaneously. It is still even, 5
Neck
to
and
5.
neck.
Yeah, it is neck and neck. It is anybody's battle. PES has lost a Leo and an XM1. Hype has lost 2 VFM Mark 5s. That could be critical for them because those VFM Mark 5s play very well for Hype. They've really done a lot of the carrying so far in helping their team out. And there's a great battle going on right here with this VBL.
He's
I'm not
very,
sure
very
he's-
low health, and he is just running and
Yeah,
gunning right
he's-
now.
He is really down to a critical position. If he jumps off a rock too hard, he could die. That is dangerous to be in, but such as it is.
No,
And
down 3-3 now.
It's
They're
3-3.
neck and neck, losing
Each of them losing tanks equally fast, and that's really critical. And it looks like they're both in a precarious health situation
Yeah,
as well.
very low health on both sides.
Both teams playing amazingly well. This is a great battle to watch.
They have brought everything to the table today. Now we're up 1 on Hype right now. PS is down to 2.
Yeah, and PS trying to push it, doing some circle strafing.
Oh,
And
3
he
to
goes
1.
down. 3 to 1 now, and there's the engagement. We're watching the final battle.
Let's see if he
This
can
is
hold it.
Hype looks like they're going to pull it off.
Hype's coming around the corner
Yeah,
here.
they're gonna backdoor him as well, and it looks like this is gonna be pretty.
Yep,
and there he
and
goes.
we are done. What a wonderful, wonderful round to
Right.
catch here.
So Hype will move on to the winners bracket. PES is not out. They just moved down. This is a double elimination tournament. So we're in really good shape.
Absolutely.
So we are going to cut to some Billy Bob ads right now, really quick. We're going to do the raffle stuff, get that taken care of, and when we come back, we will announce the winners. So we'll see you shortly. Thank you.
All right.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Just wanted y'all to know we're filling up the tanks and getting ready to roll out with a new line to solve all your problems in mind. Man, they say my grandpappy Zhang was third world. Wait till you see these. Light tanks with heavy guns, heavy tanks with light guns. How about a solid tank with a super gun? Special one-shot kill capabilities. Super scope so you can find all your enemies and friends on the field. Armor so strong, 20 tanks can't stop it. Sounds great, right? You like it, I like it, let's make a deal. Billy Bob's, your new tank supplier.
Tank's never going to be built or supplied.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob surplus tanks. Want to live the American dream? Have the power of the M1A2 at your fingertips? Is Wolfie just too much to deal with? Come to Billy Bob's. We just acquired a gaggle of the all-new M1B4. These new premium American tanks are fresh from our warehouses. Drive the power, intimidate your friends. Be the man or woman as appropriate. This is all yours for one low price of 19.9 million credits. But wait, there's more. Including this deal is a complete list of all the parts you will need. Still not enough? I will include at no additional charge a complete list of the tools you will need to assemble it. Log in now. Purchase yours today.
All parts, tools, and labor must be supplied by you.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. You tired of getting hit when you sneak in a peek? Billy Bob's pop-up periscope. You pop it up, see what's happening. Then you can get your shots in when it counts. No hits on you, out shots on them. Man, this is something we need. Down pop-up periscope, on to the next tank.
Pop-up periscope is just cardboard with two mirrors, all supplied by you. Some assembly is going to be required.
Okay, and we are back with some winners. The winner of our WZ1224 raffle is Dauntless 2000. Congratulations, Dauntless 2000, on winning the WZ1224. We'll have an email to you in about an hour, give or take. Winner of our first Chieftain Mark 6 was Barsky Potzau, who is the winner there. Congratulations for winning the Chieftain Mark 6. Again, we should have that to you in about an hour. And the other winner of our Chieftain Mark 6 is Inside Tank. Congratulations, Inside Tank. We will have that to you also within an hour. Everyone, it has been a blast. Thank you so much for joining us. We encourage you to watch the other streamers for tomorrow. I believe Drizental, Sir Havoc, and there's one more. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I apologize. They will both be streaming. If you want to know who is streaming tomorrow, just go to ArmoredWarfareLeagues.com. They have it. As usual, if you've enjoyed being with us and would like to watch more, please subscribe. If you've really enjoyed this one, please like it.
Absolutely. Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, the likes really do help us out, and it helps us understand. If you have ideas or suggestions, please put those in the chat. We would love to hear them. And that is pretty much the end of things. I'm Cerebius.
I am not the boss.
And this has been our cast. Have a wonderful day, guys.